What do you have to say about the photons and the electrons that I posted in there? I posted links for those too.
Those look like blips on a computer screen, and the statement protons and neutrons glued to the nucleus with electrons.
Back to the neutron, right? Model. You better skip your ass back there real quick. Of course, Milliken and everyone else will kill that. So, are you going to speak to this?
I already spoke to it being not being enough definitive proof for me because it doesn't have all the component parts.
Oh, it doesn't? I'm talking about electrons and photons. Everyone could see you trying to slip your way out of this, knucklehead.
But those are the pieces. I need to see the whole.
Oh, now you need to see the whole. But I've showed you electrons and photons as discrete chunks, quanta, in other words. I showed that in spades, didn't I?
But
I even showed you Adam.
I know that those just aren't blips on a computer screen.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How do you know? Well, have you ever watched a fucking television show?
That's my NASA lies.
Component parts in the full package.
Have you looked at your screen on your? Have you looked at your screen on your computer? Have you watched a television show? Perhaps. Fucking clown.
Lemon, can I just ask when you say see, what's your perception of being able to see it? Are you expecting to have a photon generated image of this?
Just all the component parts there, protons, neutrons glued together at the nucleus.
There you go. He's just like a broken record, man. That's all he could say.
Okay.
Lemon, can't you do anything better than come on, man. Dude.
Oh, and those electrons, they're not orbits. So whoever said they were orbiting, they ain't fucking orbiting shit. By the way.
In the molecular model, it might as well be the Earth model.
Nope, they're not orbits. That's taught in high school. Once you get beyond that, I don't even know why they teach that shit. Maybe just for conceptualization, perhaps, but that's not what it is. Whoever says that, I know is a pretender clown right off the bat.
Well, hey, John, you're going to have to say. That's all I know.
Not you.
No, I'm just saying when you hear someone say that, because I used to compare like the molecular model to the Earth model and say, oh, this is why Earth orbits. In creation model in my mind, when I was like a Christian freaking Christian Glober, I was like, oh, okay, well, at the molecular level, it kind of makes sense. And then it just grew out that way. So a lot of people should take a look at that and say, I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever think of it.
No, you're not. Look at Fuzzy. Look at what Fuzzy posted at 59 minutes after the hour. Right? We've all seen these, right? This is highly impressionable. Right? You see them floating around, these electrons floating around the inner core of protons and neutrons. You can't get this thing out of your head. You can't do it. And if you learn in high school that they orbit, then this just confirms everything, right? And then you attach orbits to this. And then when you become smarter and figure out that this is all horse shit, and then you find out that the universe works sort of the same way, and then you say, well, that's bullshit, so this must be bullshit, so everything's bullshit, and you become Pete and Pete overnight.
Pete and Pete overnight.
Or the tattooed Jabba the Hutt, Uncle Fester, platonic monist. That's what he uses. This is what he does. In one video. This is it. This is all it is. This is what you got. My mission out here is to dash this into pieces systematically. I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far.
I think we're all doing a pretty good job, man, on this.
Stacy starts laughing. It'll get better.
But it's the ego. I know, we all have it. You should have it. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
Just check it a little bit, Quan. I'm fucking with you.
Stacy, she's a female, and this rings ego. I'm going to tell you, it's not. And you're going to say, that's bullshit, Huey. That's bullshit.
Confidence.
because I know guys, I know how they are. They need that ego lift, and I talk to Miggy about my ego all the time. But this isn't ego. This is destroying fucking lies, right? And that's my mission in life. It has nothing to do with ego. Nothing. Zero.
You're right.
To catch a maniac, you got to send a maniac sometimes.
Well, I don't know.
Maniac.
Honey!
So it's not an egomaniac, it's just a maniac. Without the ego, it's just a maniac.
No, I understand where he's coming from, though. You know, like I've got to put the ego on at times to deal with some people. It's like you just got to basically put it on.
Of course.
Like, there you go.
You can't always be nice about things. At the end of the day, people keep speculating. They don't really know what they're talking about. And if you think you know what you're talking about, then challenge him specifically where you think you know. I mean, just saying electrons, neutrons, you don't really explain anything to me personally. You know, as much as I like Lemon, I don't think that you should talk about, you need to see things. Just be sure about what you're speaking about, I guess, because, quantum is good to have someone to put people in check.
Exactly, Adam. I totally agree, mate. Yeah. In regards to this topic, I prefer sort of just listening at the moment with these kind of things. I'm certainly not going to jump in and start going against anyone and, what they adhere to or what they know and such. I definitely respect Huey as well. He helped me a lot Adam, at the start.
I appreciate that. Adam, did you look at Dave Hinkle's post at 9 minutes after the hour? Wiki. Henry Cavendish showed that water was composed of oxygen and hydrogen in 1781. Boy, I'd like to see how he did that. The first decomposition of water into hydrogen and oxygen by electron. See, I know these guys. Nicholson and Carlisle. See, I know that. That's where I know those names right there.
Gay Lusat law in it. I was off to bed. But yeah, thank you, Dave.
Appreciate that. I'd like to know how Cavendish came up with that. I don't even think the gentleman existed, to be quite honest with you.
This is what I was looking for. I just
don't talk about people that never existed.
He was probably a Freemason.
Now, just my personal. Listen, this is speculation. Okay,
read that quote properly. Henry Cavendish showed that water was composed of oxygen and hydrogen, right? Statement. Then it goes on to talk about how other people demonstrated it, nothing to do with Cavendish.
But if he didn't exist, who weighed the solar system? Like, who weighed it?
So why when we ask where's the curvature, is the first person they bring up is this motherfucker.
This guy.
I told you. It's probably all that water gas.
It's
water gas.
Oh my god.
Where's Miggy? Did he skip out on us?
He's probably
of course.
He's probably eating dinner or with his family or some shit.
It's only 8:13. Miggy.
It's not. It's 2:30. Good night.
Dude, he's been on here all day. He's probably like spending time with his family and shit. Oh, well.
Quantum is like yelling for him like he's listening on the 24/7 live stream now. Maggie, get your ass in here.
He has a family. I don't. I listen all the time and shit too.
Too funny,
He's
man.
Eating dinner at the table with the family, getting yelled at from Quantum. Maggie.
Es la tiempo para amiga.
Yeah. Imagine Miggy at the dinner table, speakerphone on, listening to this shit. His wife's like, they're going, what the fuck are you doing in the basement?
Exactly.
Talking to these flat earthers all the time. No, I'm sure his wife's really cool. She knows what he's doing.
But I'm sure his wife is like,
that would be so fun.
You wish.
I just imagine her you're going to have to shut that shit off so we can have fucking dinner. I'm sure she's really cool, but.
Oh, Adam left too, man.
Every once in a while, you gotta shut that shit
Lemon, you scared Adam, man. He left.
What? They jumped ship?
Sorry.
You pretentious son of a bitch. He didn't leave because of you.
Hey guys, know a lot about the topic, but I am curious. What is the smallest particles?
Who cares?
Whatever that we have been able to capture. Who cares? I mean, obviously, I care. Obviously,
what do you mean able to capture? What do you mean by capture?
Through a microscope and taking a picture with the microscope.
I just showed it up above.
You did? Oh, that's the smallest thing?
Yep, so far. Where is it? I can't get you the time because there's been so many mess. Oh, wait a second. 47 minutes.
I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that article, Kiwi.
Yep.
That's the smallest thing?
Looks like globe is on Flat Earth.
Well, we'll try to photograph your IQ next week.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No one got that? Damn.
Yeah, I got that. I thought that was better than my one, Kiwi.
No, we got it. We just didn't think it was funny.
Oh. It's not against you. I just thought the joke itself was funny.
No, that was damn funny. Who said that? Was that Soda?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I appreciate it. I love it. Thanks. Too funny. So we're all primed. Where are all the ballers at? I had enough of lemon meat.
Delicious.
It's delicious. It's like it's skanky. I gotta take a shower, man. That sounds like my mom and dad. His voices. The louder it is, the more. Hey, thanks, Rio. Appreciate it.
Smash that super chat.
Smash that super chat. That would be Helio's super chat, man. What's up with that?
I love that when Nathan says that. No, I've got like a shitty little YouTube channel, and every time I get a bit of like lit from a global or something, I'll be like, I'll finish it off with and smash that super chat, even though I haven't got a super chat. You know?
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. When he talks about people earning money and stuff, and he goes, "Smash that super chat."
QE, you said you graduated school in 82?
High school in 82, yes.
Whippersnapper?
Yeah, whippersnapper.
I'm not that much before. 6 years.
See, Sonny's older than I am.
I started 3 years later.
I started. Yeah, that was a good year. 82, man.
I was born in 83.
Really?
What the heck?
Damn.
Millennial.
Sorry to hear that.
No,
just kidding.
How weird is it when someone says, "What was your birthday?" and someone starts out with saying 2000 and you're just like, "Wait, what?
I have cogged this every time. I mean, I remember before there were color television. before there was UHF, there was only VHF.
Yep, I watched the moon landing on black and white. I remember the day. I can see myself watching it.
Wait, you don't like people that are born in 2000?
Holy cow! I keep forgetting how much of boomers you guys actually are.
I was 10 years old.
Here comes Bambi flaunting her new younger numbers. Sorry that we've only got like 19 and shit.
No, it's just awkward.
Look at me, 20s.
Bambi,
better be 20.
Wait. She said she was still swimming.
Back when you guys were talking about then, I was like, I'm still swimming. You guys were talking about like 1900s.
Whatever.
1900s.
When you hear someone say, "When was your birthday?" and they start with saying 19, how old do you think they are?
I pictured my gran.
Think about it. Think about it. Eventually, when we're all gone, people are going to be doing like mud flood bullshit, thinking it was all just made up history. They're going to be going, how can we prove that they even existed?
Too funny.
May have
All
to
right.
prove Discord existed one day.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Who were these people in the Discord? They must have been really strange. Oh.
Correlations is proof, apparently.
Bambi, you were born in 01?
Wow.
Yes, February.
What the
hell, Bambi?
Holy
She could be my kid. Literally. That's messed up. Bambi, do you realize that?
Oh, Soda was born in 01 too. Jeez, I got underwear older than that.
My kids are born in 96 and 99.
Wow.
I graduated the
Dad,
year
is
before
that
Bambi
you?
was born.
Dad?
Dad, did you say Dad?
Dad.
Sounds like an
mom and dad now. Great.
Wrong server.
Oh, damn. Can you point me in the direction of that one?
Whoa!
Hey.
Yeah, we caught that one. That was bad.
I might be old.
Nasty. Sorry.
I might be old, but I'm not dead. So there.
Oh, true.
Dad's better than getting called the P word by a server full of kids.
Oh, yeah. It's pissy.
What?
It really is great though. Like as far as Discord servers go, there's not really hardly any places like this. If any, where you have so many generations of people who come together, like and talk about like real things, without just being a bunch of freaking clowns.
And we surely all get along.
Yeah, we all get along, just like peas in a pod, right?
Like a good dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
You're not old enough to have proper hate, Bambi. What the fuck?
Aww.
We're learning how to get along. We don't really know.
Dad.
Yeah, when you're our age, you'll understand it.
All right, go to your room. Go to your room.
Pull the reins. Pull the reins back there, Lassie.
Learning how to hate though.
Yeah, I hated you when you were first here. I was like, this guy's fucking big-headed. Head's bigger than his cock. There's something going on here.
Oh my goodness. You had to go there.
She's getting ready for the QE roast, man. I'm telling you, we're working.
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Yeah,
I
it's
am
building.
rubbing my little hands together.
The tension is building for the QE roast. Stay tuned.
We're going to be really good together, Bambi. We got to get together and make some plans.
Oh, yeah.
Are we doing that for his 80th birthday?
Hey, shut the hell up, Lou.
Hold on. Sorry, Lou, did you say, are we doing that for his 80th birthday? Are you getting involved in this now? Is that what's going on, Bambi and Stacey? And Lou's just appeared in this.
No, wait,
what the fuck's going on?
He's just passed. Can this be a present to my birthday? It's next month. Can I have a present as QE Hogtied on a rotisserie thing?
Why is the tone of the server suddenly changing to something completely different?
Hey, my birthday's in January 28th, honey. Let's do it.
Oh my god, we could have a joint party where we Billy QE.
Yes.
A roast.
We're going to put a whole production team on it. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, let's do it.
Props over here. Sound effects over there.
QE doesn't really mind because it's me and Bambi. It's two chicks, but if it was two guys, you'd be like, F you.
Get that DJ over there.
You know he's over there biting his tongue.
It's just
loving it.
It's just filling that ego tank.
Nah, he's sitting there like, oh, hogtied by two women? What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly what he's thinking.
He's trying his hardest to find the negative side of this right now.
No, we're going to have the whole ladies' night panel in there. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Every male is going to be the loudest voice in the room too. If it means
I mean, we are
hogtied.
talking about a guy that asked me to be his QE angel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
No.
Daddy.
Yeah, there were a passel of beauties, QE's angels.
Yes.
QE's angels. Oh my goodness me. Hey QE.
You're like Hugh Hefner of Flat Earth.
Good morning, angels.
I was only one of them, though.
We'll have the people that know QE the best. We'll have Wits that come in and do his like 10,000 words in 3 minutes.
No, Witsit would be an angel. Witsit would be one of his
angel with
angels. He's like the alpha angel.
What did we
He's
create?
a ginger angel.
In what world can you allow a ginger to be an angel?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Ginger angel.
In a world with Shed, what's his name? Shed Heron or whatever his name is. He made gingers cool.
Oh God, no, that'll never happen.
Can't remember.
I like the word David.
Soda, you're just I love you, honey, but you're just a little jealous that you weren't asked to be an angel.
Bambi, we didn't hear that shit.
I am. Wait a minute.
Around.
You know, Charlie's Angels, QE's Angels. It has a ring, right?
I'm sure it does.
That was before 01, though.
Damn it.
I want to see the soundtrack in our startup theme song.
Yeah. I want to see that too.
Quantum erases all the competition.
Really
How did that song go anyway? Was it like da 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 da? I don't know.
Yeah, it was that real cheesy sort
Lots of dance in it.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's definitely some dars and some whatnot.
Doodads.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, Quantum, you may have a production coming.
Well, I am imagining this right. It's the silhouettes of the women dancing, a bit like a Bond kind of trailer would be.
All right, I'm having a sex change.
I like that.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I am not.
I tried to find every possible way to get away from QE. If that involves chopping off my tatas, here we go.
Right, should we see?
No. No, you didn't.
Holy crap.
That's fine.
Oh, goodness.
Just needs an updated backup voicing.
From back in the 1900s.
Sonny was right. There was a lot of da-da-da's in it. That's really cool.
That's such a
very cute. That was like a year ago when we first, were talking that he asked me that. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it may have been even on Nathan's show or yours. I can't remember.
Let me see if I can find the thumbnail for that.
2 things from the chat, and I'm going to read. Sorry, Stacey. 2 things in the chat, and I'm going to read them in reverse order. So, I don't think QE Can Handle This by Mazza 1985. I think that would be an excellent tune for you girls to have some lyrics to. I don't think QE Can Handle This. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. And Dave Hinkle in the chat has said that. Sorry, Dave Hinkle has pointed out there's more people in the chat that don't have any roles. So, after we've flogged this jug to death, we can move on to them. There's Vaz Smalls. He's
Probably
got
a bunch
voice
of
for
females.
Wow.
They've heard that there's a QE roast going on. They've all joined. They're like, I'm getting in there.
It's all the gamma goons from Jen. They're like, hold on.
Shut up, Lou.
All the gamma goons are here for the spit roast.
Gammagins.
You're going to have to take some applications now, QE.
I'm trying to find that thumbnail with QE's Angels on it. I'm going to find it.
No, I think QE's Angels, instead of carrying pistols, they've got like P900s and beakers and microscopes and shit.
Beakers.
I tell you what, that'd be pretty cool if you did have like a Ballbusters and you just had QE's Angels, so you just had female guests, like you had Bambi, Mary Mum.
No, whoa, keep me out of that.
Yeah, that'd be really, really cool.
Hey, up yours,
Keep me out of that.
Up yours, Bambi.
You wish.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, get Stacey on there.
Have the girls do some
get all the way
on the QE show. That's great.
QE always wants
about
what he
10
can
angels, man. 10 angels you could get, I reckon. There's loads of decent females around that are coming in.
Oh,
yeah. See, QE, I got good ideas. Actually, it was your idea. Just bringing it back up a year ago.
Yeah,
Just
thanks a lot.
reminding you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
That's a no from me.
No,
We treat him mean, keep him keen.
Well, no always means yes, so thank you.
Yeah, to a man.
You know I do it.
No, to a woman as well. That's
that
not
is
just
not
third
true.
class. And
Well, there's
Yeah,
a big
yeah, that's
difference
not
between
projected
there's a big
bullshit.
difference between no, don't stop and stop, no, don't. You know, you gotta
Yeah,
keep that in
that's
mind.
actually
Kiri doesn't
you're
think there's a
absolutely
difference
right.
there. That's where he's talking.
Yeah, but your sister doesn't seem to mind.
Oh, my sister's
It's all in the
dead.
eyes. It's all in the eyes. The eyes tell it all.
My sister's dead, man.
Always back to you.
It's no
I
worry.
use that one.
It's an
When somebody
idea.
uses me mum joke, I say me mum's dead. It's a good one.
Yeah,
It'll
and my
come
sister's
back.
not dead. I usually say she's a stillborn. You really want to go there? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I think you took that a step too far there, Ben.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah,
bit too far there, baby.
That's what I do.
Let's just go back to the dead sister.
Yeah. So that dead sister. Philly grown, died of old age, dead sister.
Oh, where is it? I'm finding this.
That's terrible to hear that.
Put your glasses on. You
Shut
might be able
up.
to find it.
Who
Squint
said-
your eyes a little bit harder.
So how about that black swan?
Hmm.
Who
Pretty
doesn't
cool.
have a role?
Pretty awesome.
Who's missing roles?
I don't know. I was scrolling through because it was brought up that people had, but there's people with voice verified. So Puck Real, or however you pronounce your name, you got voice verified. I don't think I've heard you speak yet. You got called out a while ago. Hello, Soda. Just noticed you there. We have Spellbreaker. You're a Flat Earther. Sorry, man. Didn't recognise your name. Just scrolling through people. Like I said, Vasmals has got the ability to speak voice verified, but no deciding Earth role. I can't see anybody that hasn't got any roles. Bambi, you got roles? Let me just check. Yeah, you got roles.
Oh, damn.
She don't have any roles.
That's rude.
Bambi
You're saying
got roles.
Bambi's put on weight.
Is that a
Bambi's
fat
got-
joke, Jenna?
Oh, it wasn't. But just as he said it, I was thinking it too. So, that's a really good fat joke. Though I don't mean it.
Wow.
You got roles. You could probably mean it in a different way because of. I'm not even going to start walking down this path, but yeah, Bambi
Walk
got
it.
roles.
Walk it. You're
Pretty
talking
slow.
it. You might as well walk it.
Yeah. Well, roles, shape. I don't know, movement, however you want to say it. Bambi got roles.
Mass attracting mass.
Where the hell did that go?
Notice I didn't say anything at all. So
Yeah, we noticed.
Well done.
Anyway,
I see it
How's that
right.
weather?
where's that curvature? Where'd that curvature go?
Over here.
I don't bloody know.
You are so bad.
Control your angels, QE.
Who is?
I'm not his fuck.
Damn.
Sonny, you are the bad one.
He had to go talking about curvature right after that in particular.
Right, we do have somebody new in the server, somebody by the name of Flask. So, welcome to the server, Flask. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute you. They obviously give you the ability to take control of your microphone and speak. So, I just want to say hi, voice verify you whilst you dropped in. See if you're, open to a conversation. So, Flask, I've unmuted you. You can unmute yourself and speak. What brings you to the server, Flask? Don't have to reply, my friend. You can just sit there and listen. Give you a few moments to, I don't know, maybe sort your microphone out just in case you do have issues. If not, buddy, we'll have to remove that role though, just in case you are here to troll and start shouting obscenities into the live stream. If you want to speak any further, then guess, not that you have, I don't know what any further means. If you want to speak at all, go to voice checker number 1 and speak to a moderator. You can @ping a moderator from any text room. Sorry, guys. Flask didn't want to speak.
No. When you said any further, I thought, did I miss something?
Yeah, no, exactly. Why I said that, I have no idea, so I corrected myself.
Yeah.
Stupid, man.
You got a good voice for presenting and welcoming, all that kind of stuff.
Just like, people pointing out, new people jumping in and out. As soon as they do, I'm kind of scrolling around. If a name pops up and I don't recognise it, I'll see if they have or don't have roles. If they don't have roles, then I can do something about that. If they speak or not, it's up to them.
Yeah, but you can't let yourself go. But I know over an amount of time, I just let myself go. I'm basically like, hey, Flask, what's going on, man? What are you here for? You're a flatty like us, or what are you doing? Basically, not really proper in a sense. You've got to be proper.
Yeah, just be nice about it, I guess. But yeah. I tell you, in most instances, they just run away. I just scare them away, don't I, Bambi? You scare them away too. So,
no, I did not. That's your job.
Nah, you do a really great job, actually. Very cordial, inviting people.
Everyone runs when he speaks. What do you mean?
I do.
Yeah, Jedi was one of the first ones I heard coming into the server and science versus pseudoscience.
How long ago was that now?
Probably going on 2 years.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's pretty much as soon as I landed in here. It's coming up 2 years now.
I'm still trying to learn the scientific method part basically properly, and I always liked it when you basically chime out and run through that. It's like, oh yeah, fuck, let's do it again. I like it when he pops out and just like runs out the method, because I'm still learning it. Kiwi's the one that had to teach it to me. For about 3 times I'm sending back and forth with him thinking I've got it. After about the second or third time, and I send it back like, oh yeah, I've got you, mate. And he's like, no, you haven't. And I send it back, oh yeah, now I've got you now. Oh no, you haven't. That kind of thing.
I think Kiwi had a YouTube channel. That'd be pretty good.
Was that a catty remark or what?
So, if we're not going to be talking about flat Earth specifically with the globe or anything, actually, there's something interesting that's going on in my local area on the news that maybe you guys have heard about. There was a guy who worked at Aurora that as a pharmacist that purposely left out 50 vials of the vaccine, which is like 500 doses. And today on the news, they were talking about it this morning. They're totally outing him as a conspiracy theorist. And he said that he thought that the vaccine would change people's DNA. And that's why he did it. He's not wrong. In fact, the news failed to say that he was wrong. What they did say is that it's safe. It's safe to take. They would not say that it won't change your DNA. That's literally what mRNA does. They're not vaccinating against any virus. They're actually like changing your DNA to make you supposedly immune to it. I just think that it's really interesting the way that they painted it in the media. I'm wondering if anybody actually heard of it because it's going on in my area.
No. When you say left out 50 vials, what do you mean left out?
They kept them out of cold storage so that they would go bad.
Oh,
okay. Because I was thinking he might have been wanting to sell them or something, considering what some people are apparently throwing money away to be first in line.
He's on a $10,000 signature bond right now, and they also said that he went through a divorce recently, and in those divorce papers that he is he's a conspiracy theorist, and he stockpiles, or he has an arsenal of food and guns, and he's been forced to turn in his guns. He's not allowed to have contact with, like, I don't know, like the whole anything in medical, basically, and whatever. Like, this is America. You're allowed to stockpile food and guns if you want to. But I doubt he even has like a stockpile. I'm guessing he has like a couple of guns, and a bunch of food. But they're trying to paint him as some kind of nut. But the thing is like I said, his claim about it changing people's DNA, the news wouldn't refute that. They can't lie about it. What they did say is that it's safe.
Well, they can't say that either. But it is
safe for an amount of time.
Safe,
Yeah.
Well,
what's your area, bud?
I'm in Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin. It happened in Grafton, Wisconsin, at Aurora.
Oh, okay. You said Aurora. I thought you might have been talking about Colorado.
Oh, no, not the city. No, I'm talking about Aurora Healthcare. They're a huge chain.
Lou, or anybody, has anybody heard about the difference? Somebody told me this, so I got to research more about it. That the vaccinations are being kept at different temperatures in the U.S. compared to other countries, and I don't know if that has anything to do with the matter, but that is a little weird that it is being done differently here. Has anybody heard anything about that?
Well, from what I understand, no, I haven't heard anything about that specifically, but from what I understand, it depends on whether or not it's the Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccine, which both are mRNA vaccines. But the Moderna one doesn't have to be kept at such extreme cold temperatures as the Pfizer one. The one that this guy that I was talking about left out was the Moderna one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird that people would want to. That's just a mindset so messed up. Yeah, I want my DNA to be changed. A lot of people think if their DNA can be changed, that they can be like better. They can cure anything in their body, and that's what science is going to provide here soon. And no, it's not.
Well, the scary part is if they give a generation a vaccine that can change their DNA, that's irreversible. Like it carries on through all of humanity forever afterwards.
I think one of these two that they're selling the public may in fact not be an actual vaccine. But either way, whether it is a vaccine or not, we should really break the habit of calling them vaccines. We need to start calling them injectables for a few different reasons. Like, first of all, in a court of law, whether it's a civil suit or something else, you have more of a precedent to say no to a mandatory vaccination if it's quoted as a mandatory injectable. So you just got to stop using that terminology like altogether if you want to like protect yourself the best.
Yeah.
To like,
well, and I agree. Like, vaccine is the wrong word. There's no way that they could come up with a vaccine for anything that they've not isolated in the amount of time that they supposedly came up with it. It's completely impossible for that to happen. But one thing that we do know that works the same as where they're calling it an mRNA vaccine, they're calling it that. It's the same as CRISPR, which is gene editing technology that's been out for about a decade now.
Yeah,
so
I looked into CRISPR.
That's what they're doing.
You know what messenger RNA is?
Jab me and I'll stab you.
What's messenger RNA?
I can't give you the specifics on it, but I can tell you that what they tell us is that they can target and cut a certain part of your DNA and then edit it by changing just like one of the A, T, C, and G. What are those calls? Whatever they can. Yeah, they can change, even just one letter can change like major things. So like they can put whatever they want. They can kind of like program that into your DNA, but it takes
no. That's not.
Hey, wait! I just want to quickly say, just remember that the definition of an injectable is that it's
Why
just.
are we even on this topic?
That's
the definition of an injectable is a manufactured.
If you can make it, if you want to round it up, make your closing statements. I've just checked in. Somebody wants to talk about the flat Earth. So closing statements, gentlemen.
Yeah. Just remember, the definition of an injectable is a manufactured product in a syringe. It's just that simple. So just remember, it's injectable.
Lou?
I have nothing more. We can move on. I was more talking, just wondering if anybody had heard of this case that I'm talking about. I thought it was funny the way that the news framed it, and only people like us would ever see through it.
Cool. Okay, buddy. Well, I've checked in, or me and Helio just checked in 02. 02, you got control of your mic. Welcome to the server, buddy. 02 just found out about the flat Earth because of memes on social media, so like Instagrams and shit. So that was about a month ago. He's now decided to join a Discord server to talk to people about that. So 02, can you hear me? Can you unmute your mic? And can you respond?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So welcome to the server, mate. Tell us, a little bit about your understanding of what you think the flat Earth is and why you've joined us today. Hey. Running away. That's a shame.
Come back, please.
Yeah. Oh, well, sorry to interrupt you guys. Sorry, Lou.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, another thing I heard on the news.
How do you watch the news, man?
I turn it on in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, and I just check the weather, and it's filled with all kinds of other nonsense, and it's all that nonsense is related to the CV bullshit. That or the election bullshit.
Today in International Flat Earth News by Lou.
Is that an American thing or something? Because my girl does that too, and I tell her, don't watch the bloody news. She knows it's like, depressing and shit, but she does it, yeah.
It's lunatic Kavanaugh with the news.
I do think it's important to watch it, even if, especially if you have the eyes to see, if you know how to read between the lines and,
the morning COVID report. Literally, dude, listen. This should be most people's biggest clue. They update you 6 times a day on that fucking shit.
Yeah, well, dude, they update you 6 times an hour during the news. I
know it's on your laptop. You click you go on Facebook. You go on Facebook. They're like, Michael, would you like to take a fucking COVID survey? Well, no, bitch.
Right. Well, one thing that I was going to say that was on the news is that, according to that Operation Warp Speed thing that Trump is trying to push to get this vaccines out so fast, is that by the end of last year they were expecting to get 20 million people vaccinated in the United States, and right now they have 4 million people, and so that means that even the frontline, the medical workers and shit are. I'm pretty sure that's what
they should do it first. They
are supposed to be doing it first. Yeah, it's supposed to be people in nursing homes, elderly people, and medical.
And then when the medical professionals are done doing that, they can shove what's left up their ass because I ain't taking one.
Yeah, but if only 4 million when they expected 20 million have gotten it, that means that even the medical workers are refusing this shit.
Oh yeah, they'll probably know it not to take it.
Anybody who wants specific combat training, come to Michigan. I'm fed up with this shit. I've had a full life. What's up?
That's awesome, Daniel. I love that motto.
Yeah.
I was gonna stereotype comment with his girl comment about she likes to watch that depressing shit, but I still want women to talk to me after this evening, so I held back.
She'll still talk to you.
I don't know why
yeah.
women talk to you in the first place.
If you can put up with me, I'm sure she'll be able to
Don't they always want to watch some shit like that? Like, what's that called? What's that
you're
channel
gonna get
women
in
watch?
big ass trouble. Go ahead, you do it.
What's that channel they watch? With all the specials. The damn
Lifetime?
Love Channel. Yeah, Lifetime.
Or Hallmark.
Lifetime exclusive. There's a man. Yeah, this man gets made to watch some damn TV now, don't you? He knew. he knew.
That's all the ladies talk about, man. Hallmark and Lifetime.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, some bridge over Madison County bullshit.
No,
we're talking about real women.
Here's what it is. It's called PMSNBC. That's
Yeah, 40 shades of can I shit during the entire movie.
Bambi. They're talking about real women on here. What they do.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're saying American women are real women?
Fully grown women.
You see what happens.
Americans are women are practically just men.
They want to be
Bambi.
Unfortunately,
Stacey, shots fired. Stacey,
not Stacey. I'm trying to dig at you.
Dig at me.
Somebody firing at me? No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's about to be
I
game
know some
on.
chicks that'll lynch on a car, and I know some chicks that won't open a damn door.
Zero.
Where's Helio when we need him? We need a woman app.
02 is here, she or he.
Let me see if I can find a PMSNBC app.
Shut up.
I'll take my advice on women from a grown, mature woman.
New person is here. 02.
Everyone shut up. Who is it?
02 is here. And
No, Rumpus now.
I'm about to mute a moderator. Hopefully I don't get banned.
Yeah.
No, you're Who said it was new?
I'm not bannable.
That's how
Who
I
was
said
it
I was
was
going to. 002 had
02.
questions.
Hello?
What's your question?
Hi.
How are you?
There you go, Zero.
Dan the leopard, damn it. He had to interrupt my Rumpus.
My internet went out.
I'll interrupt your Rumpus and you can interrupt me.
No problem.
Rumpusing you later.
Well, I can't
Welcome back,
fucking
02.
ban you, man.
What was your question?
Damn it.
Internet went out. Sorry.
Okay, do you want us to tell you why? This is an AT&T. Oh my God, welcome to AT&T.
It's a bit rude.
I'm going to help you with your high-speed broadband internet.
Do you have any Earth-related questions?
Oh, yeah, I just saw like quite a few memes, so I was just wondering if it's like round or square.
What do you observe it to be?
Shaped like a cock.
What do you observe it to be?
I predict a waste of
Take your
time here.
eyes off Pornhub. What do you observe it to be?
I hear you right in the background.
Yeah, you that dude's just going to get banned.
Bye. 02.
Well, I've just stuck him on mute. He can sit there or he can fuck off.
How much
I hope that was working. That wasn't even that good. I mean,
yeah, it's like if you're gonna troll, you better make it funny, or else
yeah,
you're just gonna be gone right away.
Yeah, you better make me laugh, damn it. I'm real high. If I'm not laughing, you're getting banned.
If you're an adult, your trolling should be a bit different. Come on, that's so lame. It's even kids do better trolling than that.
he started giggling before he was done talking. I mean,
You're
Just
coming
kids are
here.
natural trolls.
That's because
They're
he had his
coming
friends listening to him.
How many people in this live stream are bannable?
You'd think if you had your friends listening, you'd actually want to put a bit more effort in there now. Like,
Especially.
Oh no, that was a win for him. That was a full-on win.
Good old server music.
And by the way, invite your funny friends, man. I mean, get your funny friends on here because you're not funny.
yeah. Bring your mom too.
Hey, birds of a feather flock together. What makes you think their friends will be funny?
Better be funny.
There's usually at least one or two. If you get a group of 10, one of them at least will be funny, or they'll hang out a little while and ask us decent questions. I mean, we've experienced that
funny
before.
peculiar.
Ha ha, funny and funny.
It's usually the one that doesn't get to be funny in the group of 10, though. The one that sort of gets shut down in a sense. You give them a
Yeah, they get shocked. They're like,
yeah,
"Oh,
sugar
That's
in the
usually the
tank
one that
on.
I'll actually listen
this
to
guy's
flat Earth stuff.
actually
The one that gets shut down is the one that will end up being a flat earther.
Or you get some monotone guy who can make 1 and 1 equals 2.
I don't know. I just ban them before they waste my time. Mm-hmm.
I like the trolls trying to better
Well,
themselves.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, bring if you want to share the server and you want to come in as a group, there's always going to be someone that's like, oh, okay, well, don't ignore him. I want to talk, and they'll just like end up like talking to us, just like, oh shit, this stuff's starting to make sense.
Yeah, that's what people like to think, but we know that's 1 out of every 10 dumbasses.
Yeah, and the trolling is a subconscious.
I mean, what is this, our 6th year, Helio?
Yeah.
Tell you what is good
For
about
me,
trolling.
I got stats on this shit, bro. And polls and shit.
What is good about trolling is when people come in with really funny names. So somebody's come into the server with the name, and he
In my
wants somebody to
defense,
say it.
Jedi did say I could rumpus him.
Yeah. I'm patient enough to let you get it out. You get it out, buddy. You're fine. He stuck around enough for me to point it out as well, so that's pretty cool. So there's got somebody come into the server called Ice Swallow Come, or Ice Wallow Come.
Do you, Jedi?
No way.
Are we talking about somebody's name or?
Yeah, that's somebody's name, yo.
Okay. I thought
they
that
want
was
me
a
to say
statement.
it.
Oh, Lord.
Not at all. Exactly.
My question is, what kind?
What kind?
Yeah, feminine or masculine?
What in the hell are we doing?
We're not going there.
Flat Earth Kiwi.
All right, Vass, why don't you ask questions, Vass? You got Reezy verified. Can you please help us change it back to Flat Earth?
All right, yeah.
What?
Someone sent me this Cavendish.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, Cavendish. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to just understand how to break it down and how it's fallible.
It's not an experiment.
All right.
Where in there do they correlate cause with effect?
What is she? What is it? Vaz? Is that?
Yeah, Vaz.
Yep.
What did they send you? Just the name, or did they send you the actual?
They sent me
study.
a link to a video. I can put it in the chat there.
To a video. What about the actual paper?
No, they didn't. They literally just sent a video of a ball moving towards a bigger ball.
Why don't you just break it down to where that's not an experiment, bro?
Yeah, well, I was just trying to figure out because he said Cavendish. I didn't know whether it was the paper or somebody mentioned a name or, like he said, a video. In the video, did they reference the paper? Did they show you the paper?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That should be your first warning sign. Would you like to see the paper?
Sure.
Hold on.
You can send it back to them.
1 second. When they send you the cabinet, we can get to what Mike said. That's pretty important. It was an experiment, but we don't really have to go there. Cavendish is related to Newtonian mechanics, and Newtonian mechanics was superseded 106 years ago. So the whole thing just got tossed. So I don't even have to show that it's not an experiment. I mean, why are we even talking about it?
That's right. We know Matt. Yeah. Well, that's a good point. The mainstream pseudoscience doesn't say mass attracts mass. So is time dilation cause an attraction in the Cavendish? The warping of space-time? The apparatus warps space-time, huh?
Hey, Vaz, the original link to the paper is right there beneath your post.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, can you read off the title of that paper when you get it?
It determines the density of the Earth, right?
Exactly.
It was an attempt to.
So let me ask you a question, Vaz. Do you have a high school education?
Getting there. Almost.
What grade are you in?
11th.
Well, you're close. You might have reached that. Let me post this. Hold on 1 second. This is pretty important. So go to desktop. Let's go to that one and let's go here. I'm going to post this in here. So the title of his paper was Determining the Density of the Earth. Can you go down to, I just posted the screenshot of the Michelle, that's Reverend John Michelle, by the way, Cavendish experiment. It's by Laurent Hodges, Department of Physics and Astronomy, Iowa State University. Can you go down to number 1? I got it circled in red down there. Can you read that?
It did not determine either G or M. He determined the average density of the Earth.
Okay, so density with the current convention is mass over volume. If you're trying to find density, that's an unknown, and you don't know what M is, much less V, can you find density? Just algebraically. Right, exactly, you got it. Yep, quickly. Yep. So it's all horse shit, in other words. That's the technical term.
Kiwi, did you just point out that Cavendish was a reverend or something, or is that separate?
Yeah, Reverend John Michelle. Yes, Reverend John Michelle created. Hold on a second. Reverend John Michelle created the apparatus that Cavendish used.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. That's why you'll hear Nathan and those guys call it the Reverend John Michelle Cavendish.
Was it just
I had to,
or was there someone else as well?
I had to screenshot this. I screenshotted this a while ago, like a year ago. You know why? You can't find this paper online anymore.
It's gone, huh? Jeez.
I anticipated it. I said, yeah. Now, I could get it with the Wayback Machine. That's not a problem. But back when I first discovered it, it was a while ago, many years ago. I knew that its half-life was limited. Because that's what they do. Some ballers call up these universities and say that flat earthers are using their material and they pull their shit down.
Oh, wow.
This is not on the internet anymore, by the way. Just want to let you know.
That's dodgy.
That's all I had on that. I think it, Mike, do I have to say anything else? I guess I could add. I guess I could add. This wasn't an experiment, not a scientific experiment, not even in the galactic vicinity. Has no dependent variable. We can't get past step 1 of the scientific method. That's it. That's all I got.
This is the interesting thing about the Cavendish experiment, however you want to use it. It's not, obviously. It's everything to do with it. And yes, step 1 straight away, so why even proceed to step 2 and 3? But it's because step 1 is kind of, well, it's step 3 first, right? The thing that you're doing. Right?
No, they didn't even do step 3. No, they didn't do step 3. They went right to the experiment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They went right to the experiment and then observed something to happen with it, and then made declarations about shit. And so within all, like, say, all 4 steps, it fails on all of them. I mean, you can't even get past even making a hypothesis. I mean, what's mass? Here we go. If mass, then mass attracts mass. We're off. Cause and effect, the same fucking thing. It's interesting because you can poke holes in it everywhere. But yeah, but he can't just stop it dead.
Yeah, but he didn't even find mass. He didn't find either big G or M. I mean, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, lots of different things are going on.
Yep.
I mean, we're just talking about people that have, made a box, hung balls in it, and then just said, nah, there you go. It's just crazy people thinking that everything attracted everything else.
Hey, John, I don't think that the intention of the experiment, if you can call it that, was to find mass.
Right?
It wasn't.
It didn't find. You know what's more interesting?
Well, they said it was find the mass of the Earth. A lot of people say that, but yeah, when you really look over some of the information, it was not the intention of.
Well, look above. I have a little bracket underneath a certain thing. Just roll back to the beginning of the sentence. However, his experiment, which is not an experiment, is often referred to as having weighed the Earth because from the knowledge of what? R.
You forgot to say I digress.
Yeah.
Radius.
The radius, the presumption.
Absolutely right. Yeah, the absolute volume of the Earth based on that volume being a sphere.
Oh, like that fuzzy. Oh, I'm still in this.
I'll be in the area all week. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Cavendish is great. All right, it points to a lot of things, but ultimately we're flogging a dead horse. This idea that things attract things for some unknown reason outside of what we could already demonstrate to be true. Lots of fun.
And now, Kiwi, I got to ask, when it comes to terms like mass and inertia and weight, are these actually defined at all, or are they just okay?
No, you'll never find that. That's what gives the game away, right? Because they're all confusing. They're all they all define each other. That's when you know there's a rooster in the hen house. When you find with mass, you'll find a number of different definitions now from credible sources. That will start to put a question. Wait, you're saying what? Wait a second. What the hell is going on here? I mean, you can't drill down and say, okay, this is what it is. That's a problem. That raises red flags right away, right?
Yeah.
Because if they can't define it, then they can treat it like a jungle gym. Right?
Right.
See, that's the game. The ballers do this game too. They don't even know that they're doing it, but they're doing it. I heard it today on it. We don't need to define terms, and then they went on to define the term. I was like, what? Wait a second. Did he just Jedi mind trick everyone on the panel?
That's what it is.
Yep, exactly. That's why I always say each subject, and no one does this. I keep saying it. No one does it. But, maybe in the next 5 years, after I fucking start screaming it, any subject that you talk about, I don't care if it's fucking dominoes, define the terms.
Yeah.
Right? No one does it because they're off on their own little tangent. They're not thinking. Define the term. Because if you don't define the terms between each other, you'll talk past each other, right? Right? It's the basis of communication. You cannot communicate without defining. Socrates, if he didn't teach anything, right? He taught one thing: define the terms. Follow?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't do that, you'll be talking past each other. It's a waste of fucking... You might as well just stop. Why go on? Right? I could be talking about an apple. You're thinking of orangutan, but it's over. Then you're going to start getting pissy with each other, right?
That's usually where it goes.
Right? Exactly. Force people in the discussion to define their terms. And if you can't follow it, write them down when they say it. So, when they equivocate, which they're going to do, right? Does everyone know what equivocation is? It's called bait and switch. They'll change the definition of the term in mid-argument. And then you'll get all confused and then spiral.
Oh, for sure. No, that happened to me on Sunday. I was talking about gas pressure without a container with a friend of mine, and he started talking about the weight of the air. I said, well, what is weight?
Yeah.
And then he started saying mass, and I said, what is mass? Yeah. He started getting pissy.
Yeah.
But
exactly. See, most people think that's pedantic and a debating trick. It's not. It's the basis of communication, man. That's it. It's called the Socratic method. Get with it, man, or get off the friggin' ship.
There's so much cog dis just involved in that, though, because if you try to convince somebody, which is nearly impossible, that the terms that they use don't actually have definitions, they can't handle it.
I agree. You're preaching to the choir, brother.
Right? Isn't that what that guy said? What is direct? What is direct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Now, you could get stupid with it. You don't have to define and, all right? Everyone knows what that is. You don't have to get, excruciatingly pedantic. That's stupid, and that's just a debating ploy. But to define terms, if you use mass, you have to define it, right? I don't see what's so unreasonable about that. Just define it, right? Or weight. Define weight. No one can do it, right?
No.
Because I'll debunk it. As soon as they do it, I'll debunk it.
Right.
That's why they don't do it.
Weigh the same amount in the air or as it does in the water. And
you have to break it down to what is weight. Well, how does secular community define weight? Go ahead. Try it. You'll wish you never
I don't
had.
even know what to say except say that it's independent.
No, there is a definition of weight. They have the definition of weight out there. It's out there.
I'm going to find it.
I know you will. This is important. Not only for the specific, but just the general concept of it, right?
Right.
The general concept of weight, all right, is us either manipulating a rock and balancing it with another rock and seeing which one is pulling or going down more because there's more of it than the other one, or putting something on a scale and there's a reading that comes out, and because of how we conventionalize that reading, kilograms or whatever, then that is what weight is.
Yep, right. That's just a convention though, right?
Yes, absolutely. But if we talk about weight, it's that vector of something pressing downwards or being hung from something, and like a Newton meter or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Being hung in some kind of stress or pressure on a gauge that is resisting movement in that direction, which is down because of I want to say force, but a pressure that's going in that direction from the thing that's on it.
Yeah. See, you get into big problems then, right? Because you start talking about force, and then you have to define force, and I'm going to bust your dreams. Not
Absolutely
yours,
right.
but the royal you.
Yeah, of course.
It's a massive cluster. So the definition, noun, a body's relative mass or the quantity, so there's mass already, and that's screwed, or the quantity of matter contained by it giving rise to a downward force, the heaviness of a person or thing. And then you have the scientific definition.
It shouldn't be much. Go ahead.
Well, it has, in science and engineering, the weight of an object is the force acting on the object due to gravity.
There you go. So here we go. Right? Here we got it. So I just posted it at 13 minutes after the hour. Let me know when you're there.
Yep.
All right. Calculating weight. Newton's second law of motion says F equals ma. In case of an object at the Earth's surface, the force of gravity exerts its own weight, which is a cluster screw of circular reasoning, but I digress. We'll continue. This is the important part. So, substituting W for F and G for A in the F equal ma equation leads to W equal mg. Mg, love you long time, right? There's a problem. Because right beneath it, from Richard Feynman, he says, even though the law of F equal ma is false. If the law of F equal ma is false, then the formula that weight equal mg is therefore also false. Follow that logic?
Yeah.
So you're screwed. That's what I do to the ballers. They're left flopping. That's when the ad homs start flying, because there's no way out. And then if you go with the other definition that you had, what do you have for weight? Go ahead, read them off again.
All right.
How
So
do you
it's just
spell assert?
standard dictionary weight.
Wait, well, hold on a second. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to say something about this? Now they're quiet. Was that you, Helio?
Yeah, I thought my mic was muted. I'm talking to people in the YouTube chat.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
I'm just bullshitting, whatever. With
All right.
people on YouTube
All right.
chat.
So standard definition: a body's relative mass or the quantity of matter contained by it, giving rise to a.
Hold on. Stop right there. The quantity. Number one. Mass and weight are two different things, even in the secular definition. So I don't know what's that source?
I just went ahead and Googled it. This is Oxford, I think.
Yeah, they're off the reservation because mass and weight are different. Now, the quantity of matter, right? Is that what you said?
Quantity of matter contained by it.
Yeah, that's not mass.
But then in the scientific, right? Okay, so in science and engineering, the weight of an object is the force.
The conversation.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Disconnect and rejoin.
The weight of an object is the force acting on the object due to gravity.
Yeah, that's what we just went through. That's what I just debunked. I wanted the first part of the definition where it said that it was was it the quantity of matter? Is that what you said?
The quantity of matter.
Yeah, that's incorrect. Also, so see, there's red flags everywhere because there's different definitions, right?
Right.
The scientific definition, that's horse shit. I mean, the definition is the definition. There's no 2 or 3 definitions for a single term. You can't do that, especially in science, right?
But that's part of that's how they like to obfuscate things. Like now you have 2 different definitions depending on what the book you're reading. Yeah.
That's red flags right away, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, right there that you're going to get into trouble because people are going to start equivocating. That is bait and switch. They're going to start arguing for in one sense and then change the definition, whether deliberately or accidentally. And you can't do that. It's fallacy. Logical fallacy, period. The whole argument's void. Just saying.
So what if there is no definition?
Yep. Mass.
Is it something that we can describe accurately, or are they doing this on? Yeah.
Nope. Mass. They use mass. I can give you a really good one with density. We already went over. We didn't go over it in specifically, but I could give you one. I think we'll get up. You know what? Maybe it'll be a good exercise. Hold on a second. If people can follow it, it's not that difficult. Let's do it because it's pretty funny, and it'll show you what the problem is with conventions. Now, conventions on their own, there's no problem, right? Because there's a bunch of conventions out there. Like the metric system, that's a convention. There's nothing, it's not that it's wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the wrong question. No pun intended. But it's a man-made convention. That is, if everyone agrees on it, you're good. Hold on. All right. If everyone agrees on it, you're good. However, if you got somebody, let's say I get somebody in New Mexico, right? I go out there on a ranch and I say, that cow is 100 meters away. If he's never heard of the metric system, he's going to look at me like I got 35 heads, right?
Sure.
Justifiably so. That's what I'm saying. As long as you work inside the convention, there's nothing wrong with it, right? But as soon as you come outside a convention and make claims on reality based on that human convention, then you're begging the question fallacy from the Black Lagoon. You're going to get people lost, right? And that's one of the tricks they use. Let's check this out. This is really cool. I discovered this many years ago, but I never said anything, right? I just kept them to myself because I knew it was a friggin' train wreck. So I'll post it at 9:19. Let me know when you're there, or 19 minutes after the hour.
Yeah, I see it.
Let's use it with density, right? Everyone knows that density equals mass over volume, right? Therefore, volume must equal mass over density. It has to, right? Correct? Am I correct, or am I off the reservation here?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely fine. With you.
Yeah. Now watch what happens. volume units are in cubic meters. That is how much 3D space is available or delineated, right? So how in the flying Fukuyama does the amount of 3D space available, length, width, height, have anything to do with mass, which they can't define, per unit density? It's a circle jerk. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You see it?
There's nothing. There's nothing there at all.
There's nothing. It's empty, right?
Yeah.
Now, am I saying density equals mass over volume is wrong? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if everyone agrees on density equals mass, you have to define mass. But if you define it within the convention, if you define mass as the amount of particles, is what you're actually saying here.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I mean, if you want to define it that way, that's fine. We're good. As long as we stay on that same convention for everything. But you can see how even within the parameters of its own convention, it's non sequitur. Did I explain that okay? Or do I need to go into that any further?
Absolutely fine.
Could you repeat that, please?
Seriously?
Not just kidding.
Okay. I think everyone more or less got the gist of it, hopefully. So it's very confusing. You have to be on your P's and Q's if you're discussing this, especially with somebody who knows what they're talking about. You don't want to go half-stepping into a conversation with somebody on this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you'll get yourself confused, and if you don't understand it at its base level. But I just want to put the concept forth. Here's the concept. Man-made conventions. They're fucking everywhere. Right? There's nothing wrong with them. As long as you treat them and don't abuse them. Right? If you treat them for what their goal is, it's for categorization and communication. Or classification, categorization, and communication. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're on the same sheet of music. But as soon as you jump outside that convention and make claims on reality based on that convention, I'm gonna bust your balls.
Yeah. So, in of course, because in some aspects, that's a reification, isn't it?
Yep, and yes. Begging the question, reification, it depends on what we're talking about.
Well, taking that convention, what it is, and saying that is causing shit to happen, for example.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, this isn't science. This is
absolutely.
Yeah, this is what's and is. That's a whole nother topic with cause and effect.
Yeah. So this, from the way I understand, the way that other people seem to bring this idea of what mass is, I say at the very base level, the amount of stuff and the amount of it being resistant to it being moved, or whatever.
That's inertia.
Yeah, exactly that. So really down to its basic level. So that's what they come in and bring mass as, and how that can cause, within understanding the categorization, how can that non-physical thing actually cause anything to actually happen at a distance without physically actually doing anything or being anything outside of the convention?
Yeah, Jedi, I heard a couple people today say that density causes something.
Yeah, you can't.
That's absolutely not true.
Exactly.
No, of course not.
Okay, back to the other gentleman. Remember that you said from the other definition, it was the amount of substance or the amount of matter in something. Remember you said that?
Yeah. Stuff, yeah.
Go ahead. 24 minutes after the hour. Tell me when you're there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From the Royal Society of Chemistry, you're not getting any higher than this. They define
awesome.
shit. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Moreover, studies have shown that the amount of substance that is matter or stuff is often incorrectly identified with mass. What the hell are these people talking about? They're not parroting the right pseudoscience. Yep. And then we'll just kill it forever. From Edwin Taylor and John Wheeler from Princeton Spacetime Physics. And I say, the citation says, nature does not offer us any concept as the amount of matter. Notice that the date of this is 1992. Royal Society of Chemistry was just like a year or two ago. So I'm sorry, I digress. Nature does not offer us any concept as the amount of matter. History has struck down every proposal to define such a term. Even if we could count the number of atoms or by any other counting method, try to evaluate the amount of matter, that number would not equal mass.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've heard you say that a lot of times, but paying particular attention to the very particular words. Yeah. Within what they claim and what it isn't even defined as.
So you're screwed. Mass is, I'll tell you what, you want to know what mass is? I'll tell you.
Please.
You ready? It's a fucking concept.
No way. Of course it is.
So,
absolutely.
Yep. It's just a concept. Nothing wrong with that, but you can't put concepts in mathematical formulas because every mathematician worth their salt, and we're outside the realm of science now. We're talking about mathematics. But every mathematician worth their salt will tell you that every variable in any equation must be rigorously defined. That's just common sense, but they'll tell you that, right? I don't need citation for that. That's just self-evident.
Yeah. And you know what else you can't do? You can't attribute causality to
concepts.
A concept.
Exactly.
It's not physical. It's already outside of science, right? It's just an idea.
Exactly. You guys got it, man. Hopefully this helped. Maybe
boom.
Maybe it was too much. Maybe it confused some people. If you got questions,
no, I'm on the same page with you, Quantum Racer. I mean, when people come in here and say density is why things fall, no, it's not.
No.
But that's
I had a write-up on this about 2.5 years ago. I entered a Skype discussion. I didn't enter it. I seen it to the right? And I was doing something else, and there was some big hitters in this Skype conversation, right? And it went on for like hours, and I got fucking sick of it. And I just wrote it up. It was just right off the cuff. I just wrote every thought I had down. It was like brainstorming, right? And guess what my conclusion was?
I think I learned it from you a couple years ago. and when I heard freaking, I am not going to name any names, but
yes, you are. Yes, you are. Go ahead, name them.
Do you want me to name them?
Well, you know who they are.
It's Anthony.
Anthony. I love that big lug.
Density fucking causes things to do anything. There's no causality with density. Whatever.
You got to be careful with that, though, because in certain aspects, it just depends on the question.
Well, and that's you can't just say density. It's when you say relative density, that means something. It's the density. If mass.
What's the question?
I know that's the ultimate question, right?
The ultimate question is what's your question? That's deep right there, boy. It depends on your question, right? Because everyone knows relative density is true, right? There's no question about that.
Right. It's a relationship with the density of an object related to its medium, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, like I said, it's not that Anthony's wrong. Those guys aren't wrong. It just depends on the question that you're going to ask.
But when you interpret causality involved, that becomes non-scientific.
No, he did it. No, Anthony did a valid scientific experiment. His experiment was valid. I know because I developed. I know because I developed the hypothesis.
Well, an egg is.
I know because I developed the hypothesis for him.
All right, cool.
We're talking about that.
I'll give it to you.
Can you quickly run through the hypothesis?
Oh shit! I don't know what I gave him.
Oh, okay.
That was a long time ago, dude. You just want me to spurt that shit out.
Oh, I think you were referring to the egg experiment where he added salt to the water and
Can somebody pull up that video? I'll tell you, pull up his video. He lists it. He lists the dependent, independent, and the hypothesis, and there you go. That's what I did. That's what I said.
I get that.
How about that?
But that doesn't really prove anything, in my opinion.
If I change the density of the water, the egg will rise. Or null hypothesis, if I change the density of the water with the salt, it won't rise.
See, that's badass, isn't it?
Hmm.
So what's the dependent variable? Because they were having trouble with that at the beginning. And I said, well, listen,
the egg moves.
You can observe, I used to do a lot of fishing when I was younger. And I'd go to, I was absolutely crazy. I would go off on my own and, the never reaches of places and go fishing because I wanted to be by myself because I didn't like motherfuckers.
No.
No way. That sounds so crazy. Right?
No.
So, and I would observe, fishing every day for years and years, you would observe different things in the water. Some things would float, some things wouldn't, some things would suspend, other things, you know what I'm saying? Even with different lures that I'd throw.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Regardless of that, even the things that are in the water. So that's easy. The natural phenomenon observed is easy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could replicate, you got a valid dependent variable, independent variable is going to become quite easy.
Hey, John, when you went fishing, did you ever use a syringe and pump air into your worm so it'd float off the bottom?
Yes.
Yep.
Do we have a problem when we start saying convention in any point of this, like density? So we define this somewhere in this hypothesis as density. Because
am I going to have to post my friggin' spiel?
That's funny. Helio's a fishing motherfucker there.
That's what I'm saying.
Both you two. A lot of people don't know about that.
So QE now.
Well, that shows. Hold on a second. Well, that shows the whole point, right?
It does. It does. It really does.
Now, it depends on what question you're going to ask next.
What caused the egg to rise?
Yeah, what caused it? Now, Anthony did the experiment, right? All he did was please don't ever say you add mass to the fucking thing, because that's not. Number one, you can't define it. Number two, well, I could add a whole bunch of sand to the damn thing and it isn't going to matter, right? Because you have to dissolve. There's many substances you could use, sugar, salt, as long as it's dissolved in the medium, right?
Yeah, but the sand wouldn't dissolve.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said don't say that shit. That's exactly why I said don't say mass, because that ain't going to do shit. I already said that.
By Glober logic, you'd be adding mass to the Nightcrawler with the air in it, but yet it'd still become more buoyant.
Here we go with buoyancy. Go ahead, Jedi. Save us, man.
I don't think we can be saved from this point.
How do we categorize what we've varied and manipulated in changing the medium?
I'm going to keep beating you over the head with this Nightcrawler.
Man, you're referencing Jedi something terrible, but you're allowed, right?
He said I could.
Yeah, I figured. I heard that before. Go ahead, Jedi. Try it again.
How do we categorize what we presume the cause to be when we say we've varied and manipulated density that the egg is in when we've added salt?
That's fine. That's relative density, right? Because we've done that many times. Mm-hmm. It's almost intuitive. If you keep the definition, which I said there's nothing wrong to keeping the density definition. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. And it shows, well, what did he do and what happened?
Yeah. In its basic simple terms, of course, yeah. Because that's what you should be doing. He did this with that did that. Wow.
Yep. Now, what's the question? inside the barriers of his experiment is sound. I mean, it shows, and everyone knows this almost intuitively because we experience it every day, that relative density caused the egg. Now, the increase in relative density, I shouldn't say that. The increase in the density of the medium caused what? Caused what to the egg?
Caused the egg to move up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we get into problems. Because when you said up isn't an objective direction.
Okay, so we made it move.
That's where we're going to start to have problems.
No, I love this.
I know we're not. You're going to have problems, not me.
No, I'm going to have a lot of freaking problems.
Yeah, you got it. You.
I think most people know that up is up and down is down. So
I'm not. That wasn't my contention. Go ahead, Jedi. Sorry.
Inside the experiment, that's a different thing. Go ahead, Jedi. Sorry.
We've made it move. All right, let's take the up and down out of it. In this instance, it has moved up. All right, the up's not instant, really relative. It's just gone that way.
So it accelerated.
That shit.
Did it accelerate?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you add energy into the system.
Well, like what?
With the salt.
You're going down a lane energy. You're going down a bad lane there.
All right. Well, see, in my mind, if anything is, because there has to be an outside force to add the salt, right?
Yeah, so, but that's not in contention. That's not part of it.
Okay. All right.
It's the medium that it's in and how the medium's interacting on the egg to accelerate it in direction.
Yeah, because the scientist is going to manipulate the independent variable. That's not the problem.
All right.
Can we say that it's the medium has now more ability to force on the egg, press upon the egg with more pressure because it's more.
Yep.
There's more of it.
Yep. That's what I would say. Yes. That's a good. Yeah.
My 7th grade science teacher actually did something very similar to this, but what he did is he had 2, buckets, we'll say, and one of them had cold water, one of them had hot, and he would drop a baseball in each.
Sure.
Each, of course, the one with the warm water would sink, and the one with cold water would float. And so he would just kind of get us to think about why that happened. Same idea, but
right.
Yep.
In that system, I don't know, straight thing out of my head. Colder hasn't got as much energy in as something with heat in it.
Yeah, but what's happening here? That's a density. It's a density issue. Also, it's the same thing as the egg, because you're still talking density, right? Because the colder water is more dense.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but John, doesn't it have more to do with the temperature of the water?
No. Once you boil it down, no pun intended, it's dense.
Hotter water is less dense than colder water.
Yep. So. Exactly. So I would say that would be a secondary issue rather than the primary, which is density. Right?
Yep.
The medium has to occupy that space because of the physical restraints around it. In this situation, it has to occupy the space that the egg is in. Has to move the egg out of the way.
Yep.
Egg moves and just accelerates in this direction.
Yep. Be careful, direction.
Well, yeah. That's why I said in this instance, because I know that's something that can be circled and we can probably talk about all day with up and down.
Yeah, so, well, it's real simple.
It's moved.
Up and direction is a different question inside, an individual experiment. It's a different question.
Say again? Because, I didn't hear the first part.
I was just saying inside one of these individual experiments, as far as direction goes, I mean, that's not the intent of the experiment anyway. But on Earth, in my opinion, I mean, up and down is objective.
No, it's not. No, they're not. No.
All right. So tell me why not.
I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you why. Because objective. You have to define what objective and relative is. So define objective.
Why would you even consider a relative direction when everyone on Earth knows where up and down is?
No, that's like I said, that's not the contention whether people know what it is or what it isn't.
I didn't ask about the contention. I'm just asking.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
So most people say, well, up is toward the sky and down is toward the ground.
Jeez, oh man. Listen to my question. This is very important. This is going to tell you the answer. I'm not trying to embarrass you or anything. I'm just trying to lead you there.
You don't have to.
It's better than to lead you there than to just outright tell you, right? So when I say objective, maybe I shouldn't have said that. How about absolute? That's probably better because absolute and relative are antithetical to each other. So let's say absolute. So what is the definition of absolute and the definition of relative? And it
doesn't matter about definitions. We're talking about standing on Earth.
English language.
Up is toward the sky and down is toward the ground. I'm not talking about that.
Just not relying on your feelings or others' opinions.
Exactly, you got it. So absolute. Let me define it for you, and let me see if you can see it. Just with the definitions. Absolute, viewed or existing independently and not in relation to other things. Not relative or compared.
About definitions, bro.
Yes, we are.
Well, now you are, but I'm just telling everyone on Earth knows where up is and where down is.
No, wait. Can I have a crack at this? Hold on a second.
I'll shut up. You guys.
No, Helio.
No, go ahead.
Helio, if
up is relative to your position.
If you've got a sleeping fruit bat, which way is up and which way is down to the bat?
Well, the bat's hanging upside down.
The bat knows he's hanging upside down. He knows it's down. He's hanging upside down.
But they don't know they're hanging upside down.
Oh, but when they're flying, they know where up is and down is.
Well,
I wouldn't say so because I don't think they know up and down.
There is a difference between up and down. It depends. If I'm laying down and I get up, that's not in the same manner. It's almost like forward and backwards for something too that are up and down.
Oh, Stacy's breaking out the big armor. She gave a big clue away in what she just said. You better listen to her.
Yeah. Which way your head face? What way is your head facing? Is
I'm willing to listen, but you're gonna have to.
Go ahead. Let's stay
above the floor. You're gonna have to bring some big logs.
All directions are relative.
Let her. Not all of them. Hold on. Let Stacy. Hold on. Let a softer voice say it. Stacy, please.
Think about it. That's why I've been posting the pictures in the live stream voice text. It depends on the position that you are in, hun, and what you're looking at. So if it depends on my perspective. If I'm laying down and I get up, it's not going to be the same way if you're looking up and down. That's why I posted those two pics. It's different.
Yeah, but most people will understand what you mean by
we didn't ask you, Lemon.
Absolutely not true, Stacey. It's absolutely not true.
I know. Well, if you're prostrating, which way's up? If you're bent over in a praying position. Yeah. Prostrating.
Exactly.
I thought you said prostate.
No, prostrating. Oh my God, Lemon, do you hear other people talking?
Helio, have you ever talked to an avalanche survivor?
I love this conversation.
Which way to the beach?
I hear you guys talk this shit all freaking day, and you don't even understand this.
Well, we can tell it frustrates you. We're wondering if it's just you haven't got it yet or not, or.
Oh damn!
Dude, I get it. I know.
I mean, we started the conversation with when we use the English language, it's not being semantical to clearly define the terms of which you speak.
Exactly.
Do you want me to do a?
Nobody's trolling you. We're trying to
psychological or a freaking scientific study on up and down.
Is there an absolute position or a relative position? That's the question.
I think people have already studied this. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's relative.
All right, cool. So it's relative. Okay, so relative direction of up and down is quite established for everyone. Up is up for me, and down is down for me.
It doesn't matter which way your ass is facing.
For me?
And also, the definition of words can be discovered in the context that we're talking about. So, up is up, down is down. We'll just move on.
No, we're not moving on because this is important.
Because we can't even establish.
I'm never going to move from this point because a couple of years ago, when I heard Anthony talking about this bullshit about freaking relative density and shit, and relative direction and all this kind of shit, I was really like, no.
Well,
direction is relative to orientation, to put it simple.
When you're done, I'll solve it for you. It's at 45 minutes after the hour.
All right, so it's time now.
No, it's not time. It's when I posted it.
Oh, so time is relative to our direction. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know you are. That's pretty funny.
But anyway, so
I can work time in there if you want.
How long is it going to take? I mean, it's just.
I'm going to present.
You guys are listen. All these flat earthers that are disagreeing with me say that we live on a plane, but up is not up and down is not down.
Well, when it takes 20 minutes to spit out your explanation, QE, time is relative to direction.
I want to get to the
direction of the conversation.
I want to move that conversation and bring it relative to why we've been arguing about direction and up in the first place, because the egg has moved. Yeah, it's accelerated in this, however we want to term direction.
If there was no north, there wouldn't be any absolute direction.
But
wait a minute, Jedi. See, if you just let me go through, Mike said something profound.
Can you say it again?
Yeah. If there wasn't a north, then there wouldn't be any other direction. You wouldn't have cardinal directions. You wouldn't have up, down, left, right, north, south, east, west.
See, that's a segue to my 45 minutes after the hour. Are you ready?
Let's hear
it. Can I state my case?
Where is it?
Yeah. I want you to so I can understand it.
I want to get to the end of it. Yeah.
Can I do this? It's real quick. So absolute is viewed or existing independently, like I said, and not in relation to other things, not relative or comparative. Relative, on the other hand, and I have two definitions here, considered in relation or proportion to something else. So it's antithetical to absolute. So directions, east, south, or west, can only be identified, here you go, Mike, in relation to north. Left can only be identified in relation to right and vice versa. Forward can only be identified in relation to backwards and vice versa. Up can only be identified in relation to down and vice versa. Magnetic north is the only absolute direction. Number one, can you identify, here we go, Jedi. Can you identify east, west, and south without magnetic north?
No.
Can you identify magnetic north without east, west, and south? Yep, it's absolute.
Yeah.
True / celestial north are defined with respect comparison to magnetic north. So can you have forward without backward, Stacy, or vice versa? Nope. Can you have left without right, or vice versa? Nope. Can you have up without down, or vice versa?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Can you have up without down in relation to planar Earth?
What?
Planar Earth has north.
You can argue
Planar Earth has the north.
We're living on a planar Earth. I mean, up is down, up is up, and down is down. I mean, it's all in relation in that aspect.
So it's relative.
All directions were defined from north.
Relative.
Magnetic north.
In relation, man. That's relative.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding. So it's well, I would more define
in relation or relative.
Correlative. It's correlative instead of relational. It's more correlative than a relation.
Correlative.
Yeah. Well, it's from your
Correlate.
experience. Here,
listen. Relative in that sense means east is only east
My
as
bad.
it
My bad. I
pertains
said the wrong
relative
word.
to north.
It's correlative.
Well, east is where the sun came from.
Correlation.
No,
I got you.
We're not talking about the sun. We're talking about Earth as we experience it. It's correlative.
You wouldn't know to say it's east.
Up and up.
Where magnetic
It
north
doesn't matter the shape of Earth. It matters where north is. Orientation too.
Exactly.
Vector in relation to north.
I'm getting annoyed here, man. Direction is relative to orientation. It's that simple. And that orientation would be based off fucking north.
What about sea level?
Yep.
Mic check.
Mic check on when I said relation to north.
Mike's not triggered. It's cool.
And you wouldn't know which way the sun was going, and you didn't know which way was magnetic north.
I want to.
Yeah. If there was no magnetic north, I'd be lost anywhere on the plane. So what's a plane got to do with it or a globe? Nothing.
You just follow.
I'm lost without north.
You just follow the sun. The sun goes toward the west. It came from the east.
Oh my God! Are you fucking? What would that do without any north? There's no east or west, so it still wouldn't point me to a direction.
Can I ask a scientific question?
He broke it down specifically for you guys, and it just went right over your head.
Not necessarily. So, what about sea level? Is that sea level is an absolute? Isn't sea level an absolute horizontal?
Relative sea level, relative to the sea.
It's not an absolute. It changes.
So what absolutes? We got up toward the sky, down toward the ground.
We never see ocean, anything but horizontal to the plane.
Can I ask two simple questions about this egg that's moved?
Back to the egg.
I know it's relative, right? I get that. But how and why has the egg moved? We've just changed the medium, and I can only presume that the medium, if it's got anything to do with it, is pressing upon the egg equally in all directions. I will just presume that. So on that presumption, being there's an equal force all around the egg trying to fill that space, then why is the egg moving in a particular direction? How and why? If science is interested in how and why this has happened, or is it outside of science? Because we can't give you a how and why, it's just relative to the system. So relative to the system, this happens. I just can't tell you how and why, because the system's just changed. Apart from the system's changed.
We could speculate on some causal mechanisms. Maybe the tension of the medium changes when the salt's added. The medium loosens up a little bit, and all of a sudden the egg can rise a bit.
But yeah, how and why? If we're gonna speculate on science and shit,
how? See, to me, you're bordering on something that's almost a natural law.
Yeah. This is where I'm going with this, because if it's outside of our answering the how and the why, and we are doing something, and it just fucking happens this way, man.
Right.
Then we are bordering on natural laws.
Well, if you speculate as to the causal mechanism, that could potentially open up other experiments. You could try experiments to test the tension of a liquid to see if that has anything to do with whether it rises and or falls or whatever within the medium, liquid or whatever.
Relative to that medium, whatever happens or not happens will happen or not happen. Up or down. Relative to this system that we're talking about. So here in nature, that happens.
Yeah. No, this is why the Globers go nuts when you tell them, not necessarily that we don't believe in gravity, but that everybody on the Earth understands that heavy stuff falls, light stuff goes up. And there's really no good explanation for it. And so they just throw this word gravity and they talk about it like it's a law. And we all know what they're talking about, but it doesn't give us a good explanation for anything.
They're speculating as to the causal mechanism.
Right.
Trying to open up other experiments to either discover their gravity cause or negate it.
But like Jedi is saying, you can increase the density of the water and the egg goes up. There all of a sudden there's this directional issue.
That even with that quote unquote experiment, still doesn't prove anything about.
Wait, there's no quote unquote in there.
Yeah, but it absolutely doesn't prove anything.
Absolutely, that's too funny.
What's
Mike,
the problem with quote
I
unquote?
stepped away for a couple minutes. Mike, did you ban anyone?
No.
It's like I can add some salt to water and make an egg float. It's still
my kids figured it out at a young age. I do a lot of threatening, but not a man.
I'm with you, John, bro, man. It's like somebody's putting some salt in water. Doesn't say shit about
the
her.
egg.
Yeah, man, eggs moving and people be flipping out about it.
Why are everybody mad at the egg, bro? I'm trying to understand this. Like, he did that
I will
2
put
years
my
ago.
foot in that egg's ass.
I don't understand.
It's crazy.
The egg float. Just say the egg float. Damn it.
He sits. I gave him permission, obviously, but is it for fucking
float?
Jedi, I'm trying to hear you, bro.
You're all right, buddy. It's fine. It's fine.
Not triggered. Still,
we're just getting to this point.
I made an egg float with salt.
It would have to be here too. Mad at the egg. Fucking egg.
Well, it's the salt that pisses me off,
man.
We were managing to get somewhere with it, with kind of removing all of the categorizations.
Salt makes eggs float. It fucking kills your blood pressure.
Jedi, he ain't even paying any attention to you. He just talked right over you, Mike. Jeez, dude.
I'm gonna start rumpusing the whole damn lobby. We'll see if that goes up.
Okay, it's not going off now. Say what?
Let's go. No, I'm only kidding.
My foot up your ass.
I've seen that. It's good. I gave you a laugher.
What's up? Yeah, that Dr. Seuss. Yeah, that's funny.
I'll be explaining this absolute and relative directions till the cows come home, won't I? Even after I explained it right now.
Yeah. Dude, my daughter seen me use that meme once, and she said, "Do I got that? I don't remember that book. Do I got that in my collection, Dad?" I'm like, "No, no."
I thought I'd shout out everyone that made comments about that the whole way at 9:45. I gave you all shout outs and shit, right? Because each one of you identified a part of what I wrote here.
Oh yeah,
well, that's pretty cool then.
Yep.
At least there's that.
45 for.
It is covered with relative to orientation, but yeah.
I mean, I've got it in front of me, and I keep looking at it. I keep thinking about it.
How is orientation defined?
I can't. I didn't hear you, man.
Huh?
What is water?
Oh, question.
Jedi, could you say that one more time?
Every time I come in and try to talk about that, I get fucking rumbled by everyone.
Well, y'all are right, man. What's going on here right now?
I'm right, yo. Listen, I've been waiting a minute for this good internet connection.
I
said I'm right. I'm right.
So
I got that good internet connection. I've been rumpus for a year and a half. I'm about to put that foot up the ass. Y'all better get it.
Now you're playing with power?
It's on.
You're playing with power.
I'm playing with fire. Oh, wait. Did I rumpus Bambi? Damn it. I was trying not to do that.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, let's go.
Oh, nope. I'm good.
I love y'all.
Get it back. I love you guys too. But let's get back.
All right.
Get back.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with y'all, but I'm leaving Bambi alone, damn it.
Wait, hold on. Did everybody see Mike's commercial? You know Mike got a commercial, right? Hold on.
Didn't see that yet.
I gotta do it, Mike. I gotta do it. It's hilarious.
The egg didn't piss me off. That damn horse did. He did the dance wrong.
Citation, please.
Well, let's read this one.
Watch the commercial.
So right at the bottom of this one, we're talking about the relationship, right, relative, and what you can have, or vice versa.
Yeah,
so
all directions are in relationship to one absolute direction. Yep, that's the premise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you, the observer, right, backwards and forwards to you. We understand that, right? Can you have left without right? No, that's relative to you. Your left hand, how you categorize these parts of your body, that one, however, right? But obviously somebody facing you, different to them. Lots of examples we can do with this. Can you have up without down? No, of course you can't have up without down. But apart from things move in this up and down direction, they don't. But the only time they move left or right is when you, say, for example, throw something and it goes in that way because you've applied a force to it to go in that direction.
I got a question.
In this sense,
I got a question about the egg. When it went up, which way was it? Where was it positioned relative to magnetic north?
Damn it.
Okay, all right. So maybe I'm missing this. You keep saying magnetic north. So in which way relative to it being facing magnetic north? How do you mean?
Oh, we can just call it north if you want. Just regular old north. It don't matter.
Wait.
Well, if you're saying magnetic, not any general north, because not geographic. Not
well, yeah, that'd be compass north. That'd be a north
experiment itself.
Northerly direction on your compass.
I really want to get to the bottom of this, Helio, please, my friend.
I don't. No,
so
magnetic
north the last couple years, I don't think we're ever going to get to the bottom.
Can y'all let Jedi finish, man? Because
well, I mean, when Michael comes
like
in,
he actually asked you, and he would just like to finish.
Well, no.
Well,
why,
just to be honest, that was a jab at Helio, not Jedi. And it worked.
Let's all rumpus Helio. 1, 2, 3.
No, I mean, Michael came in and said, magnetic north when he was just talking about, freaking a jar with some salt added, to an egg moving up and down. What the fuck does that have to do with the
I included the egg in my question. Don't leave that part out, bro.
Which would be dope if he could get back to. Right?
Stop promising Jedi. Let Jedi. Okay, go Jedi.
All right. So I'm just going to start again. So can you have forward without backwards? No, relative to you. Right, I'm going forwards, I'm going backwards. Can you have left without right? Relative to me, left and right. Can you have up without down? No, but in this, there's a movement. Now, I'm starting to walk along this path of an absolute north, and because of this direction, this happens in this direction because the needle moves, right? Things align in this direction. So are we talking about an absolute direction with up and down because there's an alignment and it just is that way? What if it's not that? What am I missing? It's up and down, right? We can make things, or not make things, but things move in this direction. When I pick something up and I throw it, I can understand two things. I've picked it up, or I've thrown it, or I've kicked it off the floor and pushed it, or thrown it, released it into that direction.
Sure, because you're in an axis frame that's centered off north and azimuth. That's your reference frame.
Okay.
Azimuth?
Yeah.
That's so north, south, east, west with a 180 degree, 360 degree view. You know what azimuth is, right? It's a reference frame. I'm just describing the reference frame. The point is, the egg can go up because it's on the axes where there's north, south, east, and west, up and down.
Gotcha.
I don't think that was even the point.
I think people are more confused now than when we began.
The point was it absolute?
Have to do with magnetic north?
The question was, I was getting there. So the question was, is the direction of up absolute or relative?
Yeah.
Well, it's relative.
Yeah,
it's all relative to north.
Yes, and that doesn't mean that we're following the general theory of relativity.
Yeah.
That's two different things, okay?
Yeah,
people knew what relative, we all intuitively know what relative means, right?
Yep.
In comparison to something else. right?
Yeah.
It's not general relativity.
Yeah. Those they know.
Go ahead,
They know what
Jedi. I
I'm
rumpushed
talking
you a
about.
little bit there. I want to hear your thoughts. Or did you get everything out?
Pretty much. I mean, it's the idea of okay, an absolute direction. I get that north, and we understand this because shit happens. We can't get around it, and based on this shit happening, or these phenomena, then that's how we derive everything else about it. The thing about the up and the down, or the egg moving in this direction, it's you've changed the medium, the system, but again, it's a presumption that there's an equal force that's exerting on the area that the egg is in, like inwards, I guess. Not that the egg's pulling it towards it, but the medium is wanting to do that. I can understand that. It's just a movement. Why all of a sudden it's gone in that direction? But I get what we're talking about with up and down relative to this. It's going to do that. I mean, it's absolutely going to do this in that situation, right? In those conditions, it's not going to do anything else but that. It's just going to go in that direction. I mean, as opposed to having something else that's relative to left, right, and over there. You've just changed this system relative to this system. It's absolutely going to go that way.
Thanks for the absolutely going to go that way. That helps clear matters up. Oh, my God. No, I'm just messing with you, man. So did we solve anything?
And you nag because I rumpused him.
You rumpused him big time. Did you finally get
I got that one, though. I got that one, though. He didn't. No, I didn't get the computer. I got better internet connection.
It's really good.
Cool.
Can you order the bad internet connection again?
No. I'm here to stay. I said Rumpus King as soon as it came through, right? Make me the roll, damn it. It's payback time. I'll leave all the bitches out of it. Meaning I won't be calling nobody bitches. I'm just going to get revenge.
Where's damn chocolate? Where did he come from? He comes in and comes. What the hell are you doing, man?
It got quiet, bro.
What the hell is chocolate doing? He comes
Chocolate's
in.
doing a drive-by. Comes in and does a drive-by. And then,
Listen, he's promoting his battle mod
Whenever I
commercial.
come in here is when people will call me. that's the
Yeah. He's promoting his battle mod commercial, which is funny as shit, I might add.
It is, right? Okay,
I resemble that. I resemble that.
Yeah, I resemble that remark.
I can't
Hey,
argue.
did you guys hear me for like the past
No.
4 minutes? Holy shit!
No,
I was bitching about friggin' oh man, I forgot I was.
It was a
muted on it.
blessing. Whatever. It was a blessing.
Dude, you guys would have been blessed with my freaking overarching freaking shit about the egg experiment. It would have just blown that shit out of the water because I think it's complete nonsense.
Really? How so?
Yeah.
Wait,
'Cause it's
what's
not an experiment.
nonsense?
It's
what's
he said it's not an experiment.
Experiment is not
for
an
one
experiment.
thing, it doesn't establish up and down. It only establishes up and down inside the experiment.
Doesn't have anything to do with up and down.
Did anybody say it establishes up and down?
Right.
Did you read the hypothesis?
Well, I'm pretty sure that.
Did you
that
read the hypothesis?
that was the commercial?
No. Did he read the hypothesis? Chocolate's question.
Did I read the hypothesis?
Yeah.
Well, I guess necessarily not. But what was the what was it trying to prove?
From what I remember, I'm not gonna say it completely. I can't quote it completely, but from what I remember, his naturally observed phenomena was he sees things in nature move differently depending on the density or depending on How do you?
Yeah, but in that inside the experiment, the egg when he added the salt moved up.
Yeah, that was his point. That he can he can manipulate the egg to move.
The density
changing the density.
Boy, that directional argument really triggered Helio.
I know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Why.
Like what is it?
You think
bothers
listen,
you about it?
The problem is he thinks all directions are absolute, but they're not. They're all relative to north, which is the only absolute direction.
Well, directions are.
But hold on, Helio. The experiment had nothing to do with up and down.
Well, it had nothing to do with gravity either, or density. Actually,
no, it just floated. You don't need up or down in that.
It floats on top of the salt.
You ask him, he will tell you. He will tell you.
He thinks until you add salt.
Anthony,
Mike, you're rumpusing every motherfucker.
Jeez.
Yeah, Mike. Let me go through this with chocolate.
No, chocolate, not you, Helio. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just trying to understand what's bothering you about the experiment. I mean, it's very simple. You just put an egg in a glass.
What triggers me is you guys
went up.
Damn, he's rumpusing you right off the bat.
I'm rumpusing you right back. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, bro. I'm just trying to understand what is it, because it seems like it bothers you, and I don't know why.
The reason is because yes, he added some salt to a glass, and the egg started moving up.
Mm-hmm.
So is up? Do you have a problem with up?
I don't.
You just ask me that.
No, but his girlfriend does.
Do I have a problem?
Yeah, do you have a problem with up? It went like
I do.
Why would I have a problem with up?
It's lower positions in the medium.
Further up than it was
smoke some more, like
dudes.
Do I have a problem with up?
Dudes, hold on a second, man. We're going out live. They can't hear shit.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, they can't
so
hear.
I'm just trying to get like clear understanding of what do I have a problem? No, Helio, I don't have a problem with up. But what is the problem with the egg?
So do you think? Well, let me ask you this: do you think up to me is up to someone in Australia?
Uh-oh.
Wait, what? You're asking chocolate?
I know you do. I know you do. But I'm just
yeah. So come on, man. Let's get somewhere.
So
you just asked me, do I have a problem with up? I mean,
the egg jinx or the egg floats. What's the problem?
Holy shit!
This test doesn't prove it.
Nobody said the egg didn't float, bro.
This test is just doesn't.
But
prove
nobody said the egg doesn't float. Nobody said displacement doesn't happen when you add salt and change the medium. It's displacement. It floats or it sinks. You don't even need directions.
That's my problem with it. You guys are saying that
it floats. It becomes buoyant. It floats. It changes places in the medium.
Up is up and down is down to everyone on Earth.
Who is saying different?
Dude,
and I'm the one triggered.
It doesn't make fucking sense to most people.
Helio, how would you understand direction? Where do you get direction from? If you were never told about it, how would you understand it? And that's the point. You would not know left, right, up, down, south, east, west, without magnetic north. There's only one absolute. You're not getting it. And I'm sorry. There's no reason to get upset.
He said, do you have a problem with up?
I don't have a problem.
I ain't got no beef with up, bro.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
I don't have no problem with up either. I don't need no Viagra.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're going here. We're changing the triggeredness.
It's like
who's got a problem with their ups?
Here's what I have a problem with. With
down. I got a problem with down.
So okay. What I have a problem with is like you guys are saying direction is arbitrary. I think
to north.
I've heard a lot of people say
to north. It is. Listen,
I
there's
didn't
no
say
axis.
anything about north.
There's no
or
axis
south.
for direction without
I'm
north.
talking about
The entire
up and down. I'm talking
the
about up
entire
and down.
reference frame is built off north,
Michael,
and
stop
nobody was
yelling at
attacking
me.
the experiment. You keep going back to the experiment, but nobody. We're only trying to clearly define words. We're actually joking with him, and you're the only one that got triggered.
No, but actually, I've been hearing this bullshit.
Without north, you couldn't make a reference frame to even describe any direction.
Well,
Correct.
I mean,
That's the only premise,
Yep,
and
that's
it's
it.
true.
We wouldn't understand direction of any sort with an absolute north.
That's no, but what I'm hearing is don't.
Yeah.
No,
I know you're hearing something different than others. That's what's being said.
Bull fucking shit. I've heard people say you don't even know where up and down is. Flat earthers will claim the same thing, but I've always claimed that up is up and down is down. I've heard a lot of flat earthers, using this bullshit egg test, say that up is up and up is not up and down is not down, based on this. And maybe I totally interpreted it wrong, but I don't think I do.
You have.
So we put the egg in the tube, right? We lean the tube 45 degrees perpendicular from the surface of Earth. Right? We add salt to the water. It elevates at a 45-degree angle. Is that still up?
Ah, thank you.
Fuck, man. What the hell don't you get about this?
Thank you.
No, I fucking get it.
If it's not perpendicular to the reference frame of north, then it's not up.
It's not north. You don't use
nobody said up is an up and down is an down. We all said we clearly defined the reference frame by which we call up. That's it. Yeah. That triggers you.
Fuzzy Swan. It's not because I'm drinking.
Without the reference frame,
for a couple of years, I've heard people talk this bullshit for a couple of years.
It's not bullshit. Up's only up because of the reference frame we built off the axis of north.
Dude, I'm gonna hear this same bullshit. You guys, maybe I'm not saying it correctly.
Oh my God.
You're still gonna keep talking.
Yeah, you're saying bullshit. It's an absolute that north is north, and that's it.
I didn't say anything about any.
Without that absolute, we would have no sense of direction.
I'm not talking.
No reference frame by which to say which direction we're traveling in.
We're talking about up and down. We're not talking about direction.
Motherfucker, they're directly related to each other.
No, they're not.
What part of that you don't understand? Without north, you wouldn't know what direction you're traveling in.
Well, then you don't fucking understand what I'm saying. Then
I do.
Up is up. And down is down. Has nothing to do with north and south.
It's based off a reference frame of directions. Oh my God, I can't believe you can't get it.
Reference frame?
Oh my fucking... Every direction you travel in is relative to a certain direction that's absolute. All that is built off a reference frame in reference to north. Relative directions. They're all relative directions. Relative to fucking north. And the axis frame built off that.
We live on a stationary plane that has, 3 axes. There's X, Y, Z, right? Z is up and down. X and Y is left and right. Has nothing to do with a compass at all. Up is up.
Yeah, it does. No, it has absolutely everything to do with a compass.
I don't understand.
The first cardinal direction is north. Everything else is built off that. Yeah, it's.
Why is this an argument, Helio? Up is up and down is down. What? I'm just trying to understand, bro, because I'm really lost here.
Well, because one of the main reasons is that
up would have to be up, right? Up can't be something else. Up is up. I don't understand how this is.
Well, one of the main reasons, Chocolate, is because some people with his egg experiment, with Anthony's egg experiment, he was saying that the up is relative.
Who said that?
Anthony said that.
That has
He's been
nothing,
saying it for
that has nothing to do with the experiment, though.
No. Well, but he said it actually was.
This is why I came in and asked you, why are you mad at the egg?
Maybe I'm confused
understand.
about what you guys are interpreting from the.
Have you watched the video? Did you watch it in full?
Dude, I've been freaking following this conversation for a long time, so I'm.
Yeah, I know that, but I asked you, did you watch the video? Do you know? Even if you watched it a long time ago, have you watched it recently?
Inside
so that you understand what Anthony was trying to do in the video.
Inside the egg experiment, would up and down be? It wouldn't be relational to. No, there's no up or down. It's just
the egg moved up. We call that direction up.
Right.
That's what we call it, right?
Oh, yes,
right.
Of course. But I've heard Anthony say, and you and other people say that up and down is relative.
That has nothing to do with the experiment.
No, I've heard them say it involved.
But then to rebut it, you say up is up and down is down? Well, up has to be up, right? Because that's what up is. Up can't be down.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please save us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
please.
what from what I know, it's the globers that say up is relative or down is relative, depending on if you're standing in Australia, your up would be your hour down or something like that. I've never heard a flat earther say up is relative.
Up is relative. I just said it
100 times,
and I just demonstrated it. It doesn't matter what they say.
Relative to down, relative to
Yeah,
down. What I'm saying is, like, if you're talking about
I just explained
everybody. So what's the problem? I've been
I
listening
just
for a while.
explained
I don't
it.
understand.
Just because ballers say it or don't say it doesn't have any meaning to this discussion whatsoever, ever, right? It's based on its inherent properties. And I already went over this. I posted it. I can't find it anymore.
I heard you. Yeah.
So what's your argument against my argument?
No, I'm asking Helio, what is his question about because I haven't heard flat earthers using it in that aspect where up is relative to like where we're standing. Do you know what I mean? Like if somebody is in Australia versus somebody here.
We're talking about two different things. We're talking about the experiment
which is why
and
it was
relative
bugged out.
directions. I'm sorry, go
When
ahead.
Helio asked me, right?
Yeah.
We're like, if I think people is, if up is the same, I'm like, what? What are you talking about right now, bro?
If I'm missing the point, you guys fucking show it to me, because I really have a problem with some of these claims, man. I mean, come on, man.
What claims? You got to get more specific, man.
We're still talking about the egg. So the claim is that we've changed the
No, you're
density.
saying that. I've heard a lot of flat earthers say that up and down is relative.
It is. Up is relative to down. We're trying to understand what has caused the egg, apart from, I don't know, what we've changed in the system, just more of it, making it go up. Maybe not down. So in this instance, it's gone up. We've added more salt, it's gone up. Right?
Well, no shit. It's sitting on top of the salt water.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's
so hard to figure out about that.
But this is just what happens, right?
Right. So what is the argument here?
Don't
That's
know.
what we're all trying to figure out. I love you,
Okay.
Julio, but we're all trying to figure out what the argument is, brother.
Are there glowers in the house?
Nope, because we get off on two different
Up
tangents.
and down is subjective to everyone on Earth.
It's not absolute. We already went over this. I already explained. I'm not doing it again.
All right, well, tell me why it's not.
I already did.
Oh no. Helio.
We can't do this. We can't do it.
All right, I'm done.
I get what you mean by
You may or may not change my mind, but maybe you see where I'm coming from. But anyway,
I get what you mean by it not being absolute because it's relative.
it also has nothing to do with magnetic north.
No, well, I'm sorry that you think that this conversation's wasted your time, but it's helped me fucking understand something, mate.
Yep.
Apart from your interruptions.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I'll shut up. You guys have
Can you sum up real quick, Jedi? Nah, Helio, bro. Yeah, don't shut up, man. It's not like that.
No.
We're just trying to understand each other. You feel me? Like,
yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just throwing out some thoughts that I've had over the past couple of years about listening to you guys talk. So cool. I mean, I love all your talks, man. I mean, I'm huge fans of everyone. So just throwing that shit out there.
Yeah, I've been listening for a while, and it's pretty interesting conversation, regardless. So.
Yeah, and I.
Hey, cool. Let's finish that egg experiment
in the live stream. So if you want to go watch it later, you're free to do that.
Oh, Chocolate, can you send me that? Because I'm driving right now, and I'm really curious what experiments you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I could do that.
Thank you.
Jedi, real quick, could you sum up real quick what you got out of the all of this, if that's possible?
I maybe I don't understand what we're talking about azimuth completely. So maybe Michael can fill me in with exactly what that is. Though I heard what he said, I'm still lost. But when we're talking about relative directions and the argument of up being relative and it being an issue, but it's relative within the definition to being something relative to, and that being down. Yeah. And completely understand that. We're talking about an absolute direction with north, correct?
Yes.
All right. So just that one thing, we can get everything else is relative to that. It's not relative to anything else, correct? So it is absolute.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
Cool. That's what I got.
Yep. I got you.
Now the experiment is a different thing. That's what everyone's confusion was, because we diverted away to directions. But the experiment is sound. If we just talk about the experiment, then we're good.
It's a common
we don't
confusion.
have to talk about up and down, right? When we go over that experiment, please.
No, it really doesn't have too much to do with up and down. Indirectly, it does.
Right.
But,
I mean, we're talking about it moving in the medium, but I'm just saying we understand direction now.
No, everyone doesn't. That's for damn sure. Except Jedi and Chocolate, maybe Mike. And you.
I'm trying here, man.
All right. I got a gas pressure question.
Uh-oh.
Related to this. It's just a question. It's just a question.
Here we go for another hour and a half.
No.
Awesome.
Can gases stratify? Do they find their equilibrium? Do they have different inherent densities?
What more specific? Like one gas, or gases in relation to other gases?
Yes.
They're not
oxygen
static.
They're not static.
Nope.
And in general, you're right. They never stop moving.
Right.
But do we experience different gas strata on the Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because most of the gas, not most of it, all of it is produced at ground level. So it's going to stratify automatically, right?
Right.
Yep. So the reason that we have most of the gas, like I said, on the Earth is produced at ground level. So where is going to be at any point, if you can stop at a point, where's most of the gas at?
Down low.
Where it's produced, right? Makes sense.
Right.
Yep. There you go.
Does that explain the pressure gradient?
Yes.
Okay. Good enough.
We can go into further with, and I know this was an argument, I think it was yesterday with dumbass Kosho. But I mean, if most of the gas on the Earth is produced at ground level, then most of the gas pressure is going to be where? Well, ground level.
Ground level.
Right.
I was taught when I was young the Calvin cycle. Little bunny rabbit breathes out carbon dioxide, grows little carrots and stuff, and gets to eat in a cyclical system. CO2 was kind of good for trees, flowers.
Yeah, but you got a whole bunch of other variables in the equation also, right? Because
water vapor from 72% of the surface.
No, you have don't continue on my point with your design. All right. I didn't say that shit.
I didn't invent vapor pressure either.
Well, I'm not talking about vapor. Vapor's a gas. We got a whole bunch of other factors.
It's pressure. It really does.
My God, no kidding, because it's a gas. But you got other factors, right? You got weather,
temperature,
and you have the sun,
solubility of the air.
I'm not talking to you.
I'll hush up.
I'm talking to the other guy before you interrupted. Who's the other guy?
Me.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of factors, other variables in the equation, right? Because what happens when gases are heated? Right?
They excite, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, right? And where's that heat coming from?
Multiple sources, but mostly the sun, I guess.
Exactly. Right? And then you got weather systems. So there's it's very hard. What's the claim?
Gas pressure gradients, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's it. That's right. Because we live in a closed dynamic system. Number one, you wouldn't have pressure without a container to begin with.
Correct.
And the follow-on question is, okay, where did the gas pressure gradients come from? Well, most of the gas is produced at ground level, so it's going to have the most gas at any frozen moment in time.
Would it be more accurate to not say the word produced, but like cycled or because
produced.
But is it produced or is it just cycled?
It is produced.
So you're saying there's more. There's when I hear the word produced, I hear the word created. But I know that
you do, but that's all right. There's not more matter created. It just changes form, right?
Correct.
So. And nitrogen fixation, besides the atmosphere, we're not going to get into that. Nitrogen fixation, right, is done at ground level by root vegetables, correct?
Okay.
There you go. That's one example. Oxygen liberation is done where?
Trees.
Trees, and the biggest source is what?
Oh, I don't know.
Ocean.
Okay.
Ocean.
Yep. So I'm not saying gas is created out of nothing. No, it's cycled, right? It just changes phases. It's not new matter being created. No. Right. So, but I can see where people can go down that road. So
I would say manufactured, not created.
Well, manufactured. Well, that's creation.
Yeah.
Well, no, manufacturing is where you take already existing things and reshape, form, or distribute.
It's still, but manufactured is created. You can't create something without manufacturing.
Oh, I can't manufacture something without already existing materials.
Yeah,
I don't
those
have
materials.
to create anything.
Yep, be careful. You'll get into the fallacy of composition. Be careful with that.
Because see, in my mind, if gas, I suppose, if it well, since it's not static, but it still will stratify, then it would seem to reason that the gases that we find commonly close to the ground are quote unquote heavier.
No. Nope. Heavier. What does heavier mean?
Right. See, now we're back into weight, which.
Yep. Exactly. There you go.
You see what an azimuth reference frame is, Jedi?
I'm staring right at it.
Oh man!
All right,
I'm gonna bounce. Hey, thanks, Joe.
A
Appreciate
reference
it.
frame has an origin. Without an origin, is there any frame of reference? That becomes the question.
Yeah, of course not. No, I'm just there. I appreciate you posting that for me. Of course, I know exactly what you're talking about. Just been going to be really clear.
But back to his previous question on gradients, remember that's one step away. It's begging the question, right? Because our question is, how can you have gas pressure without a container? That's the question, right? Yeah. Any appeal to gas pressure gradients is whistling past the graveyard. It's a red herring fallacy because that's not answering the question. How do you have gas pressure? You're not going to have gas pressure gradients delta X without X. Gas, right? That's
the
our
question is about pressure, not distribution of pressure.
Exactly. Yep. Now it sounds good to divert away. You know, if you fog a mirror, you'll be convinced of that. But if you can fog a mirror, you're going to say, well, wait a second. Don't we need gas pressure to have gas pressure gradients? Of course you do.
It's a consequent. I mean, how do you have a consequent of something? You have gas pressure. It's the consequent of fucking stopping that gas from going anywhere and containing it all around that area.
Yep.
The amount of gas in that area present. It's kind of redundant at this point.
Yep.
That's why I like it so much. Is how these people don't understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Kiwi, did you see the video I posted earlier with
I'm sorry, I was away from the chat. Which one?
I posted a video. I posted. It's in Master. Is it Master B?
Master B.
I think so. Hold on.
Chikey?
Yep.
Oh, what, really him?
You want me to click on a link with Chikey in it?
it's like 20 seconds. It's
20 seconds,
short, but
fair enough.
Maybe a little longer. I'm not sure. It's like a minute, maybe. I don't know. But it's ridiculous.
The necessary antecedent for gas pressure is a vacuum?
Yep.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
He needs to be tackled by men in white jackets, then horse tranquilized, and sent to Shady Meadows and scheduled a forced lobotomy. He's a fucking retard.
Yep. Necessary antecedent to a gas pressure gradient is a vacuum.
It's a vacuum. I'll never get those 5 seconds back.
You definitely won't.
Hey, man. As many times as you posted Jim Pannon to me and shit, man, come on.
That is, very true. Because he'll DM me and say, "Hey, look at this," and I'm like, "Damn, I had to hear that." Are you fucking kidding me?
Too funny. So, Gamma Llama Panda Jamma Ding Dong. I know I fucked that up. How do you like? Hey, Stacy, how do you like that video over there? I know you frequent that area.
Do what now?
You know what I'm talking about? The Shamalama Gamma Panda Ding Dong?
There's a video that's called that?
Yes.
It's his video.
Oh, no. Am I missing something very important here?
Yeah. Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
All
Send
right.
it now. Maybe I've seen it and I just don't remember because all this shit. But I think I remember that.
All right. Hold on.
Shamalama ding dong.
No, Shamalama. Gamma.
I think actually, the more I think about this, I've had to see this. Hang on.
Somebody gonna beat me. What?
We're in a race.
Don't count on me. I'm not even trying right now.
All right. Go.
I got a meme for that, but it's so pornographic I can't post it. Oh, Shamalama, Panda Ding Dong.
Shamalama Gamma Panda. Gamma. There's a gamma symbol before the panda. And he's got the gamma symbol on his chest.
Hey, we're showing our age by enjoying the doo-wop.
That's from Otis Day and the Nights, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I like my doo-wop.
If you watch this video and you don't think that he needs to be tackled by men in white shirts, a long 10-penny needle full of horse tranquilizer, and just taken by force to Shady Meadows for his frontal lobotomy, you got problems.
No, I actually, if you look back, I was in the chat that day. I remember that video now. Yeah, I just forgot you named it that. I don't think I paid attention to the title, but I was actually watching it. And it just reminded me of every single day I was going over there speaking. It was like, fuck's sake. You sometimes don't even want to have the argument. It's why is it worth it?
Well, he's retarded.
It's like, fuck this.
Essentially, yeah, exactly.
Right, we've got a couple of new people in the chat. I'll say a couple, just one. That one's Hippo Man. Welcome to the server, Hippo Man. I'm going to give you the ability to speak. I'm going to unmute your microphone. That means your end, you'll be able to unmute yourself and you'll be able to speak. So, welcome to the server, Hippo Man. How are you today? What brings you here? If you don't want to speak, buddy, you just want to listen for a while, that's absolutely fine. Stick you back on mute. I'll stick you back on mute also, just in case you're here to troll and you start shouting obscenities into the live stream. If you want to speak in the future, though, you can @ping a mod